Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Truck Guy Joe. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, if you're just stopping by, appreciate your time. And for today's video, guys, I'm gonna finally do something I've wanted to do for a really long time. Now, I've had the Banks iDash installed on this truck for quite some time. And what the iDash is, let me just give you a little shot of it. It's basically a monitor for the truck that tells you all kinds of parameters. I mean, it would take me probably 3 videos to go into depth everything that this thing covers, but it's a very nice tool to have because it gives you a very nice indication of what is going on with the truck while you're driving, while you're towing, whatever the case may be. So I've got a GoPro mounted here so you can see, live what's happening, whether I'm taking off from a dead stop, going up an on-ramp for a highway. And what I have for weight today is strapped to the trailer. I've got a 2500 diesel crew cab, so between the truck and the trailer, about 13,000 pounds. So that should be enough weight to put the truck to work and let you actually see how nice it is to have the iDash, what parameters you can monitor while you're driving, and let you see as I'm going, what's going on and what changes. And I haven't picked my favorite screen yet. There's so many of them, but we'll get into that now. I'll show you the kind of different screens I like to move in between. So that's the screen you see when you start the truck up, kind of your welcome screen, for the Monster iDash is pretty cool. And this is one of the screens that I do really like because it shows your speed, exhaust gas temp, boost. It shows you what power level that you're on, and you can basically select your power levels by going up and down. You got stock, and you can take it all the way up to 6. And the other thing I like about this screen is that if you're going through a regen, it actually will tell you on this as well. It'll go back and forth between the level and tell you a regen. And sometimes what I do is I'll switch between speed on this one or the particulate level for the filter, how much soot there is. So to change that, it's very simple. I just head over, down the gauge selection, and then from here you can change, what parameters you want to have. So I want to go into emissions at that point. Select emissions, and then right here you've got particulate matter. I mean, just to go through these. I mean, look at these different ones you can have available to look at. Soot load percent. I mean, you name it. It's pretty incredible, all the different parameters. But we're going to go to soot load percent right here. Now let me back it up. Okay, so there we go. So I'm at 39% soot load on the diesel particulate filter. And then if it were to go into a regen, it would tell me down here between, it'll say level 6, then regen. And I also like this screen. They call it the Derringer screen because this is like a little bar graph. And I'll show you, we'll head down the road and this will show you how much actual power is being added from the Derringer. Fun to watch. Another screen that I like is, I'll go back here. We're gonna go to gauge layout. They do have all these different available options for a layout, but on the 8 gauge layout, I mean, look at this. I mean, particulate level, soot level, exhaust gas temp, boost, how much power is being added from the Derringer, engine RPM, torque converter status, vane position sensor, and what gear you're in. I mean, this is a pretty neat screen to have as well. Shows you a lot of what's going on with the truck. Like I said, I don't have enough time in one video to show you all the parameters. I mean, these are the different groups you can go through. So if you just go to air density, hit over, these are all the densities that you can monitor on the truck while you're driving. I mean, this is pretty incredible, just under density, density, altitude, boost air, manifold air, and then you pop down and just go to emissions. These are all the different emissions parameters that you can monitor. Because people say, Joe, what do you get for the money? What do you get for the iDash? What's all included? Engine performance, air. These are all the different items under that parameter you can monitor. Okay? So I just wanted to show you, chances are if you have a question, it's on here. They have it. And there's also diagnostics, there's emissions, and there's data logging as well. You can data log with this iDash using a mini SD card right there, okay? You do have the ability to actually data log. And it's right here, data logging. Then you've got diagnostics. You can read codes. There's the minimum and maximum log. I mean, it's quite a lot going on here, guys. So I got to give Banks a lot of credit for what they gave you. And this thing is the right size. It's easy to see. Nighttime, it looks good. It's fabulous. Highly recommend it. Any questions, let me know. Get a hold of Banks. Those guys are great. Okay, so I'm coming up on the interstate here. The roads are a little bit wet. I am using tow haul mode. I've got it in drive, tow haul mode, and I also have the exhaust brake on. But I'm gonna have to be careful, because in two-wheel drive, this thing will break the tires loose if I lay into it too hard. Once the boost hits, it will break the tires loose. But this on-ramp is a nice one. It's pretty steep and it's long. It'll give us a chance to get this thing warm. And look at that, we got a semi up there. We're probably gonna catch them. All right, let's lay into it here. Hopefully we don't spin the tires too much. So there you can see boost, boost is up there, 27, 28. Exhaust gas temps, they're up there. So I'm gonna have to let off a little bit here because I'm catching the Kia here. But this is still a grade, probably maybe 1-2%, but I'll let you see as I merge on the interstate here. So as I merge on here, we'll go around the semi. You can just kind of see, so that's part throttle. That's about, maybe a quarter throttle right there. So you can see my speed, my boost, exhaust gas temperature. I'll lay into it a little more for you there. Go ahead and get over. So now what we can do, we can have a little bit of fun with it. I can bump it down the stock and just see, kind of what the differences are. So obviously with stock, you're not going to see, there'll be no power added. So if I lay into the throttle, you'll see boost will go up, exhaust gas temp. You'll see my speed's increasing, but no power added at all. Then if I bump it up to 3, now we're on level 3. So the Derringer will give you a little bit of help. It'll give you some assistance, basically adding power, adds a little fuel, adds a little bit of boost. So I can lay into it, and there you go. There's the Derringer kicking in, helping out. But if you want to see that bar graph go all the way, well, we got to take it up to level 6. Now, can you tow on level 6 all the time? Banks will probably tell you, leave it on 3 just to be safe, but they do have parameters built into the Derringer to keep you safe. It monitors transmission, it monitors torque converter, exhaust gas temperatures. There's a lot of items that they built into the Derringer to keep the truck safe so you don't overwork it, overheat it, and break something. But it's on level 6. We're doing about 66 mile an hour. Got that Caravan up there in front of me, but I'll just go ahead and lay into it to show you what kind of parameters that you'll see. Basically wide open throttle, towing 13,000 pounds, level 6. Here's what it does. So speed's increasing, exhaust gas temp, boost. Those are pretty significant levels there. And because the exhaust brake is on, if I flip to the other screen, you get to watch the vanes, from a dead stop to when you accelerate, or when the exhaust brake is working, you can watch the difference in the vanes. But while we're driving, I can do this. I can flip over to this other screen here, so we can just go over. We're going to go over to gauge layout. We're going to go from Derringer. We're going to go to gauge 8, back over. There we go. So obviously on this one, you can see a lot more of what's going on. I kind of wasn't sure how I was going to turn the camera, guys. I've got it facing a little bit towards the road so you can kind of see the road and what's going on. I can also square it up with the iDash, but I'm pretty sure you can see everything that's going on. I want to give you a kind of a dual view there of the road ahead of me and what's going on with the gauge. So there we are. You can see right now, I'm in 6th gear. The torque converter's locked up. Vane position sensors right about 59, 62. You can see RPM, speed. I mean, it just gives you an idea what the truck's doing and lets you monitor everything that's going on. Sorry if I ramble a lot, guys. I'm just kind of talking as I go here. Not a lot of open room in front of me, but at some point I will, I'll be to another stop, or I can actually, what I'll do, I'll get off the, I can get off the highway and get right back on to let you guys see on this screen what it's like when you merge onto the highway. So that's what I'll do. I'll cut to that now. Let me get off the interstate at this coming exit, and I'll get right back on. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get off the exit. Tow haul is active, so is the exhaust brake. So you'll see the RPM will bump up, because when the exhaust brake kicks in, also with the tow haul, it'll go in the grade braking for shifting. And you'll watch the actual transmission downshift as well. So you guys could probably hear that. You can hear it actually downshifting. You could see it on the RPM, vane position sensor, what gear we're in. So now we're back to first gear, torque converter is not locked, and I'll let you guys watch what happens as I get back on the interstate. I got one car here, Subaru coming up, and then I'll go right ahead. And with that loose gravel and all that on the road, I gotta be careful, because this thing will break the tires loose. So we'll just kind of ease into it, and once I get moving, I can get on the pedal a little heavier. Okay, here we go. We're gonna lay into it. I spun it a little bit, but it's all right. It's about that three-quarter pedal right here, guys. Three-quarter. Full pedal. You can see the Derringer added, even though it's at three-quarter, the Derringer was adding 100%. That's interesting to see too, because you don't have to be full pedal. That thing will lay the torque on. You might just go half pedal, but that Derringer really kicks in, and you can feel it. So you can see the percentage. Right now it's at 13%. I'm barely just tiptoeing it. This is like a half a pedal, but it's giving me maybe three-quarter pedal. It gives you 100%. So the power's there when you need it. All right, here's a fun one, guys. Dead stop, four-wheel drive, wide open throttle, dead stop. Let's see what it does. This is level 6, just to show you. Level 6, here we go. A little bit of a grade there, maybe 1% going uphill, not much. So total gross combined weight, we've got 13,000 on the truck. Just call it 8,000 pounds with me, so about 21,000 pounds gross combination truck and trailer. But just wanted to give you guys a demonstration of wide open throttle, level 6, all the weight, dead stop, what kind of boost, exhaust gas temp, things like that. So there you have it. Well, that's going to wrap it up, everybody. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the iDash or the Banks Derringer, please let me know. Just, drop a comment below. And I do really recommend the Derringer. It's a safe way to add a little bit of kick to that Duramax, to the L5P. Emissions friendly, safe way to give you a little more power, a little more torque. And the iDash is a great addition as well to monitor what the truck is doing. So I hope you found this fun to watch, enjoyable. It is nice to see what the L5P is doing, because the normal gauge cluster doesn't even provide even a boost gauge, as well as any of the other parameters. Boost isn't really all that important. It's one part of the equation, but that iDash gives you so many different values that you can watch and tune into. And I just enjoy watching the truck work and seeing what it does. So thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like to see some more videos, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care. Happy holidays.